60 minutes completed. Rapid City and Idaho deadlocked at 4. Steelheads now going to overtime in 4 of their last 5 games. Rapid City with Bennett, Gore offensively, Constantino on the back line. Here comes Gore with some speed. Left circle, will curl up the wall. For Bennett, right circle, he'll cut to the middle. Bennett, high slot, fires and scores. Blake Bennett will win the game for Rapid City, a 5-4 final in overtime. And for the second time this year, Rapid City collects a 3-game series sweep from the Idaho Central Arena.
Well, I think, to be brutally honest, I think it was a disappointing series, right? There's no easy game, not only in this league, but specifically in this Mountain Division this year. And when you break it down, 26 games left as we head into the Utah series, 3 points back of the 4th and final playoff spot. So there's still a lot of hockey left. Certainly no need to panic, but the clock is, to be realistic, the clock is kind of winding down and it's time to kind of make a push.
What's up, Center?
How you doing?
Good. What's up, Olin? How are you doing? Good, Murph. How are you? Not too bad. Tuesday morning.
Yeah, I was around about, say, mid-December, talking to a few of the guys and the coaching staff about possibly coming back. And last year, I've loved it here so much. And coming down here, 2 years ago, I didn't know what to expect, but just the fans and the whole organization itself has been so good. So for me, it was an easy decision to come back. Still a good amount of core guys, still from last couple of years. So it was a nice coming in there, and obviously knowing the coaching staff as well. It was a good process, and I'm really happy I came back here. Yeah, we didn't obviously like the results of the weekend. Game 2 of 6 points at home is not what we're striving for. We didn't have much energy, I thought, last couple of games, but still quite a bit of season. I think 25 or so games coming up. So now I think it's the crunch time where we have to pick up points most nights. But yeah, we all learned from that weekend. We can't let that happen, especially at home in front of our fans. But this weekend coming up against Utah, I think we're gonna step on the gas here and do well.
From the Maverick Center in West Valley City, Utah, the Idaho Steelheads look to get back to winning ways here this evening after suffering a 3-game series sweep back in Boise last week. They did, however, collect 2 out of a possible 6 points and are very much so still in the playoff picture with 26 games remaining.
Talk about kind of the breakdown of the schedule. 6 games against Kansas City, who's in first. 6 games against Tahoe, who's in second. Big series coming up with Wichita. When you look at the 1 seed down to the 5 seed, I can't remember the last time that it's stretched from 1 to 5 out of 10 points. And we've kind of been teetering for that 4th and final playoff spot, and we've gotten points in 7 of our last 10 games, I believe, going into this 3-game series against Utah, but I think we're only victorious in 5 of our last 11 games. I think for maybe other teams or maybe a different point in the season, it would kind of make it feel a little bit less of a loss, but even getting just the 1 point, it almost feels, yes, obviously you lost the game, but it almost feels like you're coming away with nothing based on how close the standings are. And the reality is that we need to start getting 2 points.
As it's game 1 of a best-of-3 series here this weekend, coming up between Idaho and the Utah Grizzlies. And in between the pipes, a familiar face for Steelheads fans, Adam Shield, reassigned by the AHL's Colorado Eagles yesterday, wearing number 34. The puck is down. We are underway. Sit back and enjoy. Murphy spins it back up top for Register. Tried to go across the zone, intercepted by Fonstad, and now he's going to spring Mesner. Register back, Mesner right circle, and a blocker save made on the wrist shot by the Utah captain. Idaho trying to take a 1-0 lead inside 2 minutes to go in the first. Seminoff, a one-timer, he scores! Matthew Semenoff on the power play. Face-off blocker side of Shield. One back by Miller. A takeaway from Webster. He's off to the races. Gagnon shadowing him. Webster to the backhand. He scores. Reed Webster on a breakaway for Utah. And just like that, we are deadlocked at 1. Chase to Berg. Aragon comes in for reinforcements. Angles it out to the line. Jones across. Left point, Andrew Nielsen's blast. Glove down by Thompson in the blue paint. And here comes Idaho in transition. 4-on-2. Horvath leaves. Right circle. Back for Pelton. Vice high slot. Firing and a glove stop by Shield. Wow. Great goaltending on both sides of the ice. McEachern will butt hook at the half wall. Up top, Murphy. Across the line. Shea with the interception. Off to the races. Neil Shea, right circle. Fires and scores. Another late period goal for the Grizzlies. The Steelheads look to mount their first comeback with trailing after 40 minutes this year. Cross, top of the right circle, Semenoff back for Huffman. A one-timer save made by Shield. Back on in, down the right wing, feeds Kanade, left circle, off the post, then off the backside of Shield, and he somehow keeps it out of the net. Oh my goodness. Murphy for Crone, works it back to the blue line. Center point, Horvath to the net, tip in front, rebound, they score! Connor McEachern, and we're tied at 2! In the far corner, slingshots it off the right corner glass. Sims, a good activation from the right point, now in front, Hoffman turns it around, rebound, they score! Patrick Moynihan with 62 seconds to go, and Idaho is out in front, 3-2! Extra attacker for Utah. Shea will send it in deep. Register wraps it up the far wall. And Pelton Vice will direct it back to the center ice logo. Dashke will pound it back on in. 25 seconds to play. Puck tied up in the far corner. Webster with it for Utah. 3 Idaho players all over him. Now Messner comes in for reinforcements with Shea. Right point Nielsen. Across the line Dashke. Back for Nielsen. A one-timer in front. Save! Rebound! Is it in? Is it in? It is not! Wow! 4.5 seconds to go. We've got a stoppage. Thompson made the initial stop. The puck was bouncing behind him. All sorts of commotion down to our left in the blue paint. I have no idea how that stayed out of the net. Thompson, a right pad stop. The rebound won as well. Then it hopped over him. Then Register gloved it away. And we will see if it remains a 3-2 Idaho lead, or if this game will be deadlocked at 3. No goal. Matt Register may have just saved the game for the Steelheads. Lilly giving the explanation now to head coach Everett Sheen. So gloving the puck in the crease. And now a penalty shot for Shea. 1-on-1 against Thompson. Shea moving in, right circle. Blocker save! Thompson, a blocker save on Neil Shea. A face-off to the blocker side of Brian Thompson, who just denied Utah's leading goal scorer Neil Shea on a penalty shot.
Come on, Hoff, what a draw. What a draw, kid.
Face-off to his blocker side. To the half wall, now behind the net. And that'll do it. The Steelheads complete their first come-from-behind win when trailing after 40 minutes this season as Idaho takes it by a final score of 3-2.
First of all, Tomer.
Oh.
So good! He's so good! Hey, that was a gutsy win. I like what I saw in the third. All right, you guys put your egos aside. You didn't give a who was out there, what was going on. All you cared about was 2 points. And we've got to continue with that mentality. Hell of a job. That's a gutsy win. Good job.
No, but it was like one where you on one hole you can see from the tee box like the skyline of Dallas.
Oh, okay.
And so that was on the website when we looked at it.
Yeah. I
the rest
actually
of the
know
course
exactly
is
what
nice.
course you're talking about. I just don't remember what it's called, but I've played
Like
that
half
one.
the greens are mowed into just rectangles.
Yeah. I usually battle and play like midday just because it's cheap and no one's out there
Oh.
because it's so hot.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Top bluff. Oh, look at that. That's
So
square.
it's just red, yellow, and green. And then I think it tells you which one.
Is that junior?
All right.
Oh,
Red.
See,
gotta
no touch.
sit. Pretty nice swing.
Yeah.
Take a little off.
Most golf courses are not elevated. this
Yeah,
much,
I know.
think. I don't know.
Sit. It's warm over here, man. It's nice.
Is that the heaters? Over there too.
He's dialed with
Just
red,
a
man.
natural.
He's dialed.
Oh, I got the chip and stick game again this year.
Oh yeah, I saw that.
Should we sit down? Or
Tuggy.
Yeah.
We can sit down. Act like we're actually like having a good time.
We're standing.
Act like we actually like each other.
Yeah. Be deep.
Oh, that's nice.
I had check on it too.
I was pretty pumped. Not gonna lie. Good player. Decent guy. Okay, sometimes.
Who?
Great person. Me.
Yeah. Let's see it.
I got my Chell partner back, so
There we go.
that's good. How far are we here? 50? Yeah, he's great. Obviously, we've grown really close over the past couple of years. You know, we lived together the last 2 years. You know, chemistry seems to go onto the ice as well. I think having him here is great. He's a great presence, really fun guy, like really funny. So probably one of my closest friends I've made here the last few years. So when said he was coming back, obviously it was a great feeling.
Yeah, just right away clicked. We play NHL on video games quite a bit, so maybe we think that's a little bit of reason why the chemistry's there too. So yeah, we hang out a lot. We're not roommates this year, but we hang out almost every day still together.
That'll be good.
Go.
That'll be good.
You want the 8-iron, buddy?
What?
You want the 8-iron? You're a little short there.
Yeah, I feel like I don't mind our travel schedule. Like, obviously, we fly a lot, but at the same time, when we play teams for a few games each week, you get to relax there. It's not like you're just flying in, playing a game, then getting out of there. So you kind of just get to hang out for a bit. I kind of like this schedule this week. Day off today, and then an earlier game tomorrow. I'll get home at a decent time.
Yep. And then you get the crazy 3-3s and the 4-5s, and that's when everybody gets real close because
Yeah, a bit of a grind.
scheduling is hard and the grind, but it's good, and those are things that we'll laugh about later in life for sure.
Okay, that
yeah.
was piped.
That's got to be all net. Yep.
Oh yeah,
That's pretty good.
that's the winner of the day.
Barry Bonds.
I had a blast in Wisconsin, obviously, being from there growing up. 20 minutes from campus, my dad being a Badger, I had a lot of pride in playing for them. You just get treated really well there. There's a lot of resources for you, which helped a lot. Made it really easy to do the extra things, whether it's taking care of your body or putting in extra work. But yeah, and just played with a lot of good players there. Loved Tony as a coach, taught me a lot of things, and just kind of learned how to become more of a pro. Obviously, in college, you get to train a lot. You're playing a little less games, but practicing more. So get to work on your strength or quickness or whatever, or hockey skills during the week, which to really prepare you and let you develop even more. I kind of feel like I always was more of a pass-first guy. My mom always tells me when I was little, my dad was playing pro hockey, when I was 1 or 2 years old, go down to the locker room after their games and I would just want to pass. Or whether it was with my parents at home, I just want to pass the ball or puck around for long periods of time. So I think it probably just started at a pretty young age, and I think it's always been a pretty big identity, part of my identity on the ice. Obviously, I try to be a little more of a shooter at times. Sometimes could feel like I pass too much. So throughout my career, I've tried to think shoot first a little bit more, but I'd say, yeah, being a passer has always kind of been a part of who I am.
For one more final time this season, the Idaho Steelheads and the Utah Grizzlies go toe-to-toe. And Idaho looking to close out this series. They can grab 2 points and then just be 4 points back heading into that 2-game set against Wichita coming up in just a couple of days. Steelheads will work it back in. Register, far circle, Peltman Vice fires and scores! It's a power play goal! Number 9 of the season for Ty Peltman Vice. Is Peltman Vice from Register and Murphy at 7:51, but we're tied at 1 now. A shot from the right point by Utah's Lebster. I think it got tipped in front by Cooper Jones. Grizzlies on the move through center, left to right. Shea down the near wall. Mastrodonato near dot. His shot, save, rebound, they score. Trying to go back-to-back games with 2 power play markers. They start with a face-off win. Now it's Moss, far side of the goal line, attacking the net. Loose puck in front. They score! I'm not sure who got it. Nonetheless, it's a 2-2 game. It's Ty Peltman Vice. And now Gallant streaking in. The left pad stopped by Thompson, but Gallant's going to draw a penalty. And it's going to be a penalty shot. Steelheads went over like 2.5 years without a penalty shot against. And now we've seen 2 in the last 3 games. The right-handed shooter across the blue line. Now cutting to the left, back into the middle. Gallant forehand, backhand, he scores. Cole Gallant will put the Grizzlies back out in front with a penalty shot goal, 3-2. Leads for Zins. He fires it all the way up to the attacking line. McCarty skips it for Miller. Miller left circle, fires, and scores! Jade Miller ties the game at 3 with 13:22 to go in the third. That line of Nick Canade, Jade Miller, and Mason McCarty, they've been great. Now Mastrodonato, one-timer, they score. Once again, Steelheads score a goal, and the Grizzlies answer as Keaton Mastrodonato with the go-ahead tally. He's back on in. 10 power play goals now this season. Finds Semenoff off the bench. High slot, Hoffman scores! Brendan Hoffman in the high slot on the power play! And we are tied at 4. Murphy battling for it. Far half wall. Peltman Vice. Now the high slot, Foss for Harsh. His shot! Where is it? Did it go in? No, it did not. Oh my goodness, you have got to be kidding me. Wow, again, we go to overtime. You really cannot make this stuff up. Here come the Steelheads, Semenoff, right circle, lets it go. Save made by Shield with his blocker. About a minute into overtime, so the teams need changes. And Shea, a high riser, steered away by the right shoulder of Wilson. Messner lays it at the line for Gallant. Gallant in front for Messner off the backside of the net. And now here comes McEachern and Colemonsees on a 2-on-1 in overtime. McEachern, left wing, gets to the circle. His shot, pad save. They score! They score! Steelheads win it! Steelheads win it in overtime! Another come-from-behind victory from the Maverick Center.
Can I put my name on it?
Yeah, do you want to put it up right up here?
Yeah. Put all the details.
Hi guys. You're all drawn? Nice.
This is I'm already done.
What?
With my fourth one.
That's
Your
cool.
fourth one?
You guys What's your name?
Ian.
Ian. And your name?
I'm gonna guess it's Thomas.
Correct.
What's your name? Thomas.
How do I know that?
Eden?
Yes.
Yes. Nice to meet you guys.
Oh yeah, well, nice to meet you, Three. What are we drawing? We drawing these headshots? Well, should I try draw one?
Hi guys.
Okay, you're gonna have to help me out though. I actually don't. Oh, there's me. Oh, you're drawing me right now. I like yours better.
You made us smile.
I'm done.
Awesome.
Looks really good.
Nailed it.
Yeah, I'm liking that. Okay.
Yeah,
So let's see, just so I don't do the same one. Whitey? Oh my gosh. That's perfect.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Dinner.
Yes, this is my.
Okay.
This is my second one.
Nice.
I think that was,
I think
that
you.
was the second one I did. Second one I did.
I like it. Oh! Get it!
Help me push it.
Oh!
I know.
Good job.
I am awesome.
Yes, you are. I fell off.
Yeah, it was really cool. The personality on all three of them was super special. Obviously, they're dealing with you know, things as far as their heart conditions that are very serious, and you know, it puts things into perspective. I know that's cliche, but you know, in a moment like that, you're able to kind of realize if they got a smile on their face dealing with the adversity they've dealt with. Maybe us as a team, things aren't so bad. If at the end of the day, all we got to do is win a few hockey games. So they brought light into that, and just being around them, they were energetic, and like I said, their personalities were contagious.
Bad knee.
Penalty.
What do you mean? What do you mean?
Penalty.
1, 2, 3.
Go Steelheads!
Talk to me just a little bit about your time at Minnesota Duluth, just how you developed as a hockey player there.
Yeah, we had a lot of experienced guys when I came in. We had a pretty large senior class that have gone on to have extensive pro careers. Just learning from those guys, as well as our staff there, like guys like Brett Larson, Scott Sandel, and Jason Herter. They did a really good job of laying the groundwork, and the captains and older guys followed that, and it really showed us the way and how to be you know, complete hockey players. Going to 3 Frozen Fours in our first 3 years, and then obviously COVID would have been our senior year, and that would have been fun to try and make it 4 in a row, but played on a couple great hockey teams. Was lucky enough to play in 3 national championship games, winning 2 of them in 18 and 19, and then you know, winning a couple conference tournaments my freshman and junior year. Those were pretty exciting. Kind of any moments from March into April, that's tournament time, so that's always the most exciting time of the year. And you know, there were a lot of them, so I was very fortunate to play with the players I did. You know, it was pretty good timing for me to come through there.
Don't get the number on these.
Can I get some camera time here? I just want to know that Jade Miller's behind the camera right now.
And he should be biking.
Nope. Nice socks, Whitey.
Thanks. Today's laundry day.
Pumpkin season. You Ron?
I like being around the guys. I try to bring a lot of life and personality to the locker room, but I don't want it to be fake. I just want it to be authentic, and I feel like that's me, where days where I'm not myself, guys will ask me how I'm doing, so I know if I'm in a bad mood or something, I can't really I can't be quiet in the locker room, otherwise guys will pick me apart for it, and they'll know something's wrong. But as far as the hockey player, just being detailed, and I think I learned that in college. If I was going to be in a lineup with the quality of players there, you had to carve out a certain role and excel in that. You know, everybody comes to a college program and they're a good, you know, accomplished player, but that's somewhere like Duluth. There's high-end guys there, and if you want to make it there, you gotta find a niche and you gotta excel at that. And for me, that was trying to be a good, responsible player, being in the plus column, face-offs, penalty kill, things like that. And yeah, it's been fun to kind of grow in that role and try carry it here in Boise, Idaho.
From the Idaho Central Arena in downtown Boise, Steelheads looking to salvage this weekend's 2-game series after suffering a 5-3 loss in the series opener last night against the Wichita Thunder. Jay Dickman tallying at .942 to put Wichita out in front. The puck luck, honestly, for both sides was bouncing all over the place, and sometimes the hockey gods have a way of doing that, don't they?
Yeah, I was just going to say the same thing. Tough bounces on both teams, but you know, it's how they respond is really what makes the difference.
It
it's on the board there, right? Pride. Comes down to pride in hockey, right? Pride in winning your one-on-one battles. It's me against Jader, I want to come out with that puck, okay? It's pride in winning those loose puck races, okay? It's pride in playing in this city. You guys have all been around the league in different spots. There's great spots. I personally, I know I'm biased, think this is the best spot in the ECHL. Right? It's pride in playing professional hockey for a living. Yes, we're not in the NHL, we're not making millions of dollars, but the kids in the stands don't know that. They think you guys are the greatest thing to walk around the city, putting on the Steelheads crest. Right? That's all that matters. Play with that pride, play with that passion, let's get it done, all right?
Steelheads looking for their first home Saturday victory here from downtown Boise since January 4th. Will it happen tonight? Well, we sure hope so.
I hope so.
We're going to find out over the next couple hours. Underway here from downtown Boise inside the Idaho Central Arena. It's the series finale between the Idaho Steelheads and the Wichita Thunder. With you alongside 2007 Kelly Cup champion Corey Score and Mark Brose down at ice level in between the benches. Nick Canade's drive, and he scores! How about that for a start? 29 seconds in. Wichita trying to tie it at one here early in the contest. Stenell right circle, and then he scores. Mikkel Stenell from the right circle will beat Ben Cross. Bates to his backhand, back to the forehand, right pad save, rebound, and the referee, Will Kelly, signaling for a goal. Oh my. I'm not sure who's going to get credit with it. Kobe Walker will lead the way down. And Wichita, a pair of unanswered, they lead it 2-1. Now he'll get to the right corner, rolls it up top. Will leave for Stenell to the net, off of register. Dickman finds it and scores. Talked about bounces in the open, and a tough bounce there for Idaho. And Jay Dickman with his 24th overall goal on the season, and just like that, it's 3-1 Thunder. Hoffman giving chase to Jetty, register activating from the line, knocks Wall into the ground. Zins in front, thrown back to McCarty, he scores! Oh baby, that was pretty! And Idaho cuts the deficit down to 3-2. Seventh-year Steelhead, now McEachern in for reinforcements. White being held onto right at the neck area by Somerville. Delayed penalty call. Cross to the bench for the extra attacker. Well, here goes White. Oh, baby. A.J. White dropping the gloves with Nico Somerville to our left. White hanging on. White, a couple of rights. Down goes Somerville. A.J. White with his first fight since November of 2016, and he has his crowd into it, baby! We're puck tied up at the dot. White for Miller to the net, and the glove stop by Gorsuch. Right, that's the horn. Comes to a sound. That arguably might be the most exciting period that I've seen all season. Wichita 14-4-1 when leading after the first frame this year. Steelheads 7-10-3 when trailing.
I thought people forgot about me.
Oh, Zins tipped by Miller. They score! Tie game, Jade Miller. A deflection in front by Jade Miller off a point shot from Trevor Zins. We talked about that line, those two guys, and here goes Miller dropping them. Oh, Miller's gonna drop him with Declan Smith. Smith over the top of Miller, gets his bucket off. Miller drives him up against the boards. Miller over the top, knocks the bucket off Smith. This place is going bananas. Trying to break it out through center, and here come the Thunder 3-on-2 if they hurry. Bates. Right circle, Stenell to the net, save made, rebound in front, Cross! Gloves it away in the blue paint! Brown backhands it, right corner, 3.5 to go in the second. Miller in front, they score! McEachern stays hot! And the Steelheads take a 4-3 lead with 3:27 to play in the second.
I think that's the Gordie Howe for J2, isn't it? Oh, beautiful hit by Hoffman.
Plunged Bates. Melton Bice centering. Miller looking for a second of the game. Oh, sticked off by Lloyd. Beaumont appears to be a little
He took a big hit.
Yeah. Here's a shot and a goal. We are tied. Kobe Walker with his second goal of the game. And now Kanade and Bates right after it. Tangled up. Behind the net for Berg. Off the skate of Snell. And Register will clear it. The Idaho Steelheads heading beyond regulation for the 17th time this season. Wichita begins the extra frame on the power play. 52 seconds carrying over.
Big face-off.
Cross-checking minor
Big
assessed to Nick
face-off,
Kanade.
Cam.
Late in the third period. Is it a big face-off, Rosie?
Oh, shucks. I wanted the possession.
Underway. Left circle for Dickman in front. Dickman intercepted by Register, and he'll clear at the length of the ice.
Great job.
Kanade out of the box, so we're 4 aside now until we get our next whistle. Sims to the net. Register, high slot, to his backhand, off the midsection, rebound, turned away. Kanade with the bid. 68 seconds into overtime. Murphy cutting to the net. He scores! Wade Murphy! Goals game, and the Steelheads victorious 5-4 in overtime!
And you can see how fired up the boys are. They know they needed this one. Big game for them.
For the first time in 20 days, the Steelheads hit the ice here in downtown Boise against the Tahoe Night Monsters with playoff implications magnified. Only 15 games to go on the regular season for Idaho. Let's talk about last week for both of these clubs because it was an impressive week for both these teams. For the Steelheads, they wrapped up 6 consecutive games on the road, and they picked up 4 out of a possible 6 points against the top-seeded Kansas City Mavericks out of the Mountain Division. As for the Tahoe Night Monsters, they were hosting the Rapid City Rush. They picked up 5 out of a possible 6 points. And we check out the Mountain Division standings as it reads. You can see the Steelheads on the outside looking in a little bit. 4 points back of Wichita for that 4th and final playoff spot. Each team scores in the second period as the Night Monsters and Steelheads are even at 1 through 40 minutes of play.
Yeah, it's been a tight battle here. Both sides not giving up too much.
Patrick Newell flips it left wing. Murphy on the back check on Loggins. Nelson now in front for Newell, and they score. Logan Nelson sets up Patrick Newell for the go-ahead goal with 39 seconds to play. It's 2-1 Tahoe.
Yeah, we definitely let points slip away. I mean, it was not a good weekend by us. We were very frustrated because we know how meaningful those games are, especially somebody who was within grasp in our division in a tight playoff race. We gave up 4 points on home ice. I know we haven't been very good there, and that's something we got to figure out in our locker room is how to get up and rise to the occasion for these home games.
First night was a tough one, I thought. Obviously, to lose that one in the last minute is pretty heartbreaking, but I thought we gave ourselves a chance to win that game, and then Saturday I think we were just pretty flat most of the night.
Stop for Vikman, and that is how the night will end. Jesper Vikman shuts out the Steelheads with 39 saves as Tahoe collects the 2-game series sweep here in Boise.
It's been a bit of an up and down year. I think we've shown that we have what it takes to be one of the best teams in the league, but I think we just haven't been able to find that consistency. When we play the way we can play, I think we can play with anybody.
We got to be selfish. We got to take every point we can get, do whatever it takes, from the drop of the puck to make sure we're in a position to be there at the end of the night with 2 points. And it's getting to the point where you don't want to look ahead at how many games you have left, but we need all the points we can. Probably need a little help from some other teams as well. but being able to play Tahoe, a little bit of a control your own destiny with games in hand on them. So we have to be looking at that as a positive and know if we go play our game, we're going to like our results.